So our baptismal font is very unique. Is there a story that goes behind that?
No, there sure is. We wanted our baptismal font to stand out. We wanted it to be a prominent feature of worship because we do so many baptisms and we think about how important it is to renew our own baptismal faith. And so we looked and we looked. You know, everything in this worship center has got a lot of earth tones, and so it didn't feel right for us to have a baptismal font that was brass or silver or some kind of real shiny metal like that. And then we started looking at, maybe custom designing one, and we began to realize that that was going to be way over budget in terms of what we needed. So we started looking around. There was a week trip that Laura and I made during vacation to Salado, Texas. And if you've been to Salado, you've seen all the different things that were there. We were walking through some antique shops, and we just happened to go by this place that made unique sinks for people's homes. And we walked in and we saw this and went, that would make a great baptismal font. And sure enough, we looked at the price and it was good, and we looked at the size and measured it and thought it would be perfect in terms of scale, and we brought it back, and it was absolutely good. You can still come up, if you look at it on the back, there's a notch right here in the back, so that if you were to install it as a sink in your house, that's what it would be. Later, we had a lot of great people in our church who went away to different places where they would collect seashells, and they would bring those seashells back, and now we place those seashells in the baptismal font so that if there's a sibling whose brother or sister is being baptized, they can take a shell, or some of the older children sometimes would rather have a shell than a baptismal blanket, and so we keep those in here as well. But we like this baptismal font so much that in 2013, when we built the sanctuary, Laura and I went back to Salado, and we found the company again, and they made one identical to this one. So that's why the baptismal font in the worship center and the sanctuary are identical. But they were originally made to be a sink, but the travertine bowl and everything associated with it just matched our worship spaces perfectly.